He got it in the air. Reggie. Short of the record for both teams in the playoff game. Miller for three, 102, and a steal. Miller retreats to the three-point line.
I just shot my shot at this little dot. I'm trying to crit that neck on her big neck. My niggas selling crit.
What's up, YouTube? It's Drewww. I'm back in the video with a big body bearing 20 video. Now, first thing first, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Remember the 6K I'm saying today. I am the build deal on your local corner. Coach out with this Reggie Miller build video. Yes, sir, this was requested, so here it is today. I had a good time with this build as always. You know, Reggie Miller is not in 2K, unfortunately. Same with Charles Barkley. They're both not in 2K, so it is kind of saddening, but that's what I'm here for. I am here to make the builds that y'all either want to see or that aren't in the game. And I think they took like Marc Gasol out of the game, or Pau Gasol, one of them. They took him out the game. So yeah, you know, we have a way to go with this, but still, I tried to do whatever I need to do. Last year was J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith was not in the game. Reggie Miller is always a great build to see, because I know a lot of players want Reggie Miller in the game because he's such an iconic player in NBA history. But without further ado, let's get right to the attributes that I use for this Reggie Miller build video. All right, so as you see, I am 6'7". I said I'm not 6'7". As you see, this build is 6'7", 185 pounds with a 6'11" wingspan and a solid body shape. This is all accurate and true to Reggie Miller based on the Googly, also known as Bing, etc. And now you see with the attributes, this is going to be a very shooting heavy build, but it will also be able to play defense. So you see, I put the close shot all the way up to an 87, going to put his driving layup up to an 80. His driving dunk, I'm not going to touch that much, but I'm going to put it to a 60. And I'm going to put his post control all the way up to a 70. For his shooting, I'm going to max out his three-point shot at a 91, and I'm going to put his mid-range shot up to a 91 as well, while putting his free throw rating all the way up to an 80. Reggie Miller had multiple seasons where he shot 90% or plus from the free throw line, so I did want to at least represent that in 2K. For his playmaking, I gave him a 70 pass accuracy, 75 speed with ball, and then with the ball handling, you could put that all the way up to a 77. For his defense, as I said, Reggie Miller was a good defender, you know, and a great shooter. So I put his perimeter defense up to an 86. I put his steal up to a 75. I'm going to put his interior defense up as well to a 60. And then for his rebounding, just put it up to a 50. He only averaged like 3 rebounds a game in his career, so it wasn't anything crazy. Now for your physicals, you want an 80 speed, 80 acceleration, 95 stamina, and a 70 vertical rating. And yeah, this is pretty much the build. So let me know what y'all think down below about the build, what y'all like about the build, what y'all would change about it, things of that nature. You know, I mean, you see right here is 15 finishing, 29 shooting, 16 playmaking, and 11 defensive badges. We will talk about what we're gonna do with the defensive badges too later. You see it in takeover. I have access to shot creating, sharpshooting, and lockdown takeover, but I went with double spotted precision because, as I said, Reggie Miller was a lights out shooter, especially when he got hot and on fire. You saw he scored 8 points in how many seconds was it? Like 8 seconds, something like that. 8 points in 13 seconds, around that. See in the shades of, I got Rip Hamilton, Klay Thompson, and DeJounte Murray. That DeJounte Murray as a sharpshooter is a very crazy take from 2K. I am not gonna lie, that is a crazy take from 2K. Even though DeJounte Murray has gotten better at shooting, sharpshooter, I'm not sure about that. Klay Thompson has a shades of, and DeJounte Murray in the same. I'm not sure about that one, coach. But as you see right here, like I said, the badge spread is pretty balanced. Me personally, I would put all 4 toward defense just so you can have access to tier 3 defensive badges since you are sitting at 11 defensive badges. But if you don't care that much about tier 3 defensive badges, then put 1 toward finishing and the rest toward shooting. You'll be okay. I say put 1 toward finishing just so you have access to silver slithery. Now with this build, it was literally a pure scorer. I was able to get to the rim. Like, I was long enough and tall enough to get to the rim, long enough and tall enough to play in the post. Pause. I know I forgot to say pause, but still pause. You know, I was able to shoot over small defenders, literally shoot any shot that I wanted to take. It was a very efficient build to play on, and it was a very fun build to play on because I didn't miss much. You know, I greened a lot of my shots, you know, and it was very simple in terms of getting open, getting to my spots, you know, creating a play out of nothing, and then making a bucket. So with this build, it definitely is a straightforward build where you don't need the ball much, and that's ideal for any casual player. You could just kind of sit in the corner and catch the ball and then shoot it. You know, like, literally, if you don't care about the skill behind a build and you just want a straightforward, accurate build, this is the one to make. It can play defense, it can shoot well. Now let's talk about Reggie Miller. So as I said before, Reggie Miller's not in the game, but aside from him not being in the game, Mans does not get the credit he deserves, primarily because he was in the Michael Jordan era for one, and he never really won a ring. You know, Mans has some iconic moments, but he's kind of like the Tracy McGrady of the 90s, you know, iconic moments, but just never won a ring, you know, to solidify those iconic moments. Obviously he's better, or he's not better than Tracy McGrady. His longevity was better than Tracy McGrady, since Reggie Miller never had like a crazy injury that affected his style of play. But in terms of like solidifying legacy, both of them clearly needed like a ring or some MVP, some finals MVP, some playoff success, just to really solidify it. And it's a shame that he didn't get that, because I feel like people put too much weight on that. Like, rings are a team thing. You know, Reggie Miller never had a crazy team to begin with. It was literally him and then the people around him, you know, so he definitely deserves his respect and deserves his flowers. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna roll to 6K on saying, comment down below any builds y'all want, and I'll eventually get to them. But until then, I'm out. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Peace.